Hi, it's Dan Rogers from the Rogers team, and I am truly honored to have Maggie Power from Heartside joining me today. We're going to talk about something that I think is really interesting, and it's probably one of the most misunderstood things in real estate in general, right? And we're talking about vouchers, Section 8 vouchers. That can be used not only to purchase a property, which most people don't know, but as you're buying an investment property, which Maggie and I'll talk about, having your tenants being approved with a voucher. So why don't you give me a little bit of information about that process, and we'll build off of it from there.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for having me on the
my
show
pleasure.
as well. So, there's a lot of people out there struggling today, and they need assistance, to live and to have housing. There's a big homeless epidemic going on. So there are a lot of programs out there that supply housing vouchers for people and bridge subsidy programs. So landlords typically will apply through wherever the housing voucher is from. They would fill out an application and they would get approved to be able to house somebody with a voucher, and with that comes an application, and then the landlord would get an inspection done free of charge, just to make sure safety and things like that.
Yeah.
They have running water, the
Right.
toilets flush.
Yep.
There's no peeling paint and things like that, and it's a process that usually takes. It's supposed to take up to 10 days, but
Nice.
and as an agent, I walk through that with landlords, the whole process start to finish.
Yeah, so I'm buying an investment property, right? I come see you and I say, Maggie, I want to buy an investment property, 2-unit, single family home, condo, really doesn't matter. But when you think about it, the biggest struggle you have as a potential landlord is screening your potential renters, right? And then collecting from them every month. And the way I understand it, a voucher is guaranteed payment. I mean, that money's coming in from a federal, state, local, federal agency, which is better than relying on the average Joe to
Right.
get you their check on time.
Correct.
Am I right, man?
Yes, absolutely. And it comes straight from the housing authority. And the thing is that when you have these tenants, you screen them exactly, everybody gets screened the same. You run their background checks, you run their credit and their employment and all of that, and everything is considered, and it's straight across the board. No matter who you're renting to, the process is the same.
Yeah, well, actually, it may be even more in depth, because if I'm just renting, to somebody and I don't know, like what we know, I say, all right, great, I'm going to run your credit, how many landlords are getting pay stubs, and they're doing more due diligence. You actually have a better tenant. And I think it's sad because the stigma involved with a voucher is wrong. I mean, it's just a human being, and you as a tenant or landlord are getting guaranteed money from your tenant.
Correct.
And a whole better screening process to make sure you have a good tenant.
Absolutely. And when somebody does get a housing voucher, they have a case manager that you work with. So the landlord and the case manager and the tenant are all kind of in communication with each other. So they still follow the rules of the lease. They have to follow certain rules. So it's a better communication.
That's amazing. I actually didn't know you actually get an added party to
Correct.
it. Right? It makes it even better. Well, and then let's say that you are somebody who's renting on a housing voucher. There are some of them that will allow you to take that housing voucher and then purchase a property and have that as a usable income source. I have done those loans. FHA loans allow that. So, this rental piece gives you a good test run of being a homeowner per se, or having that household responsibility, and then maybe migrating out of being a renter, and Maggie can help find a property that's your own, right?
Absolutely.
And take that rental income or rental money to being a homeowner.
Absolutely.
So, it's like I said in the beginning, it's a topic that I've never spoken about. The stigma and the mistruths, really is just ignorance of not understanding it, right? You taught me things here that I didn't know. So, let's help more people get into rentals Let's help more people buy homes and, not look at where their income may be coming from, but are they a good person and do they qualify?
Absolutely.
So hopefully we can do that together.
That'd be great.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. This was a good one. This is one that's really important.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, Dan.
All right.